On November 8th, Toms River voters embarked on the most significant mayoral election they've undertaken in nearly a decade since the township's conversion to a mayor and council format. Voters must decide whether one-party control works in their best interests, whether a mayor of one party and a governing body of another can surmount obstacles to progress they faced before previous years, or whether an untested third-party entry can credibly assume the reins of Ocean County's geographic and economic hub. Good evening, I'm Tom Longeli. Welcome. Tonight, you'll hear from all three in the discussion of the issues that matter to Toms River residents and, by extension, residents throughout Ocean County. This is WOBM's Toms River Mayoral Debate 2011. Let me introduce our panelists. To our left, incumbent Republican Mayor Thomas Kelleher. He's called Toms River home for more than a half-century. A Marine veteran, former prosecutor for Ocean County and 5 communities in it, as well as one-time Deputy State Attorney General, admitted to practice before the U.S. and New Jersey Supreme Courts and the U.S. Court of Military Appeals, member of numerous county and state committees regarding ethics and the death penalty, a 25-year trustee in the Community Medical Center, including 15 as board chairman, recognized for humanitarian service by the National Conference of Christians and Jews, B'nai B'rith, the Ocean County Police Chiefs Association, Toms River Rotary, and the Toms River Ocean County Chamber of Commerce. To the extreme other side, Democratic former Mayor Paul Brush, a resident of Toms River for just about 4 decades, and carved out his living there as a certified public accountant. Prior to being the first directly elected mayor of Toms River, he served terms on the Old Township Committee and also on the Ocean County Board of Freeholders. He's a former Boy Scout leader who has also held offices in the Toms River Ocean County Chamber of Commerce, the Greenbrier Woodlands Community Association Board, American Cancer Society, Habitat for Humanity, and the Ocean County Natural Lands Trust Fund Advisory Board. Brush and his slate have the endorsement of the Monmouth Ocean Central Labor Council. In the center, independent candidate Donald Flett leads a cadre of Toms River residents who are convinced that Abraham Lincoln's concept of government by the people, for the people, and of the people can't be served by any established political party. He's also lived in the township for nearly 40 years. He's a licensed hydraulic and sanitary engineer with a thriving local business. He enjoys windsurfing, reading, history, politics, science, and ecology, and good food and laughter. Our candidates will offer the visions of the future of Toms River, what it will take to reach it, and residual effects on home and business owners. Gentlemen, welcome and thank you for taking part tonight.
Tom, thank you for having us. Pleasure to be here.
Thank you, Tom.
It's going to be a spirited night with each candidate having 1 minute for a response to a question. Each of you, in turn, who is not being asked the direct question, will have 30 seconds for the opportunity for rebuttal. If a follow-up is ensuing from the original question, that will follow any rebuttal, and that will also be a 30-second response. Now, because we're in a trio setting, a coin flip wouldn't work, so we did the luck of the draw tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and we have our order, which will be Mr. Brush, Mr. Kelleher, and Mr. Flett. Gentlemen, we will start a questioning. Thank you again for taking part. We're going to go right to the top, which is on everyone's minds, and that's finances. Mr. Brush, municipal budgeting and property taxes constitute a yearly problem for administrators and for homeowners. A bitterly contested revaluation is now done. Major labor unions have agreed to unprecedented concessions, and a hiring freeze that started in your administration continues. How do you propose to rein in the municipal budget in 2012?
First of all, Tom, thank you, and thank you, WOBM, for sponsoring this, and thank you, listeners, for tuning in to hear us speak tonight. Tom, what got me involved in this, frankly, is finances and the political priorities of my opponent's party, and down at the Toms River Municipal Utilities Authority, where one of the commissioners is working for the Brick Township mayor, and he's making close to $150,000. And they recently hired the Brick Township mayor as a full-time mayor, making $53,000 in brick. They've hired him as the executive director of the MUA at $93,000. And frankly, I just see this as arrogance and a total disregard for the public and the need to control costs. And it's this culture of political gamesmanship for each other and frankly spending that has gone on in town hall that has caused me to put myself forward for the voters and ask them to send me back to rein in the spending. The taxes are up 27% over the last 2 years. The debt service is up 31%. It went up over $2 million. That's the principal and interest that has to be paid every year. It's over $10 million now. The spending is way out of control. As you mentioned, the labor unions have given back, but frankly, the administrators, the supervisors, the managers are being paid salaries that are $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 more than mine were when I was mayor. I hope you get a chance to talk some more about this. Thank you.
Rebuttal, gentlemen?
Mike? All right, thank you, Tom. First of all, Paul didn't answer the question of what he's going to do going forward. In the time that I have been the mayor, we started the hiring freeze. There was no hiring freeze when I became the mayor of Toms River. We have reduced the number of employees by 45 since I became the mayor 4 years ago. We met with every single one of the 8 labor unions that represent all of the workers in Toms River. We showed them the books. We had nothing to hide. We told them that we want to live up to Governor Christie's 2% cap on tax increases, and they saw the handwriting on the wall. We had nothing to hide with our books, and they all agreed. They agreed to defer any pay raises. They agreed to take furlough days. I have to say we couldn't give furlough days to the police because of their schedule, but the police department agreed to give up their traditional health benefits and take what we call PPO, preferred provider. That one line item alone saved us $900,000.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right.
Wrapping up. Mr. Flett?
Yes, thank you. As an engineer, I would prefer to come at this from a slightly different approach. Rather than talk about individual details, I would like to approach it in a systemic way. I would propose in my first year in office a goal of 25% reduction in the budget over 4 years. That's approximately 6%. And I'm talking about a reduction. To indicate my sincerity, I'm proposing to reduce the total compensation from the mayor's office of 25%. That would be including salary, health insurance, cars, pension, to reduce that the first day in office, 25%.
All right, sir. We'll get back to this later. There is more to be said about it. Let's move to you, though, Mr. Kelleher.
May I respond to that?
We will have time for that
Oh, okay.
in the latter portion.
Okay, fine. Go ahead, Tom.
There will be a portion at the end of this program where you'll be asking each other directly 3 different questions.
Fine. Okay, thank you very much.